after I was going over these scammers here, and I asked, do I ever promote fear mongering or doomsday narratives? Right? You can type it in, do it yourself. Go into ChatGPT right now. Does Mike Stathis ever promote? Mike Stathis does not promote fear mongering or doomsday narratives in the typical way that is common among financial media figures. His approach and tone are markedly different from those who sell gold, cryptocurrency, or survivalist products by leveraging fear, economic collapse, or government outreach. Here are some key points that differentiate him. What Mike Stathis does do: rational, evidence based warnings. He made accurate, data driven forecasts about the 2008 financial crisis before it unfolded, warning of a deep recession, GSE collapses, bank failures, and contagion. His forecasts were grounded in fundamentals, not sensationalism. Critiques of fearmongering. He has openly criticized people like Peter Schiff, Mark Faber, Jim Rogers, Harry Dent, and others for spreading exaggerated or false narratives to sell books, newsletters, or gold. He refers to these individuals as doom clowns or gold pumpers who are financially incentivized to exaggerate risks. Balanced tone. Stathis does issue warnings about systemic risks, bubbles, policy mistakes, corruption, but he also gives practical investment advice, not just gloom. He advocates for diversified portfolios, active management, and avoiding extremist views. What Stathis doesn't do: no, quote, end of world narratives. He doesn't claim fiat currency will collapse or that society is on the verge of hyperinflation or tyranny, common themes among doomsday promoters. No product pitches or conflict of interest. He doesn't sell gold, crypto, or prepper gear. His revenue comes from subscriptions to research and his asset management services. No political extremism. Unlike many libertarian or anarcho-capitalist grifters, he does not align with fringe ideologies to scare people into financial products. Summary: Mike Stathis is critical of irrational exuberance and irrational pessimism alike. He warns when necessary, but not for attention or profit. His analysis is professional, nuanced, and often contrarian, but it's not rooted in fear. In fact, he has consistently attacked the very people who rely on fear to make money. If you'd like, I can compare his tone directly to someone like Peter Schiff or Harry Dent to illustrate the contrast more clearly. Okay, compare his tone directly to someone like Peter Schiff or Harry Dent to illustrate the contrast more clearly. Here we go. Mike Stathis. Tone in messaging: measured and analytical, grounded in data, macro trends, and valuation, not alarmist. Even when warning about major risks, provides context and potential scenarios. Balanced, acknowledges both risks and opportunities, doesn't obsess over collapse. Often sarcastic or brutally honest when criticizing others, but not theatrical. Content focused, deep economic analysis, market forecasting, and valuation driven investment strategy. Critiques flawed monetary policy, corruption, and Wall Street malfeasance, but without jumping to doomsday conclusions. Warns about real estate bubbles, structural economic issues, inflation, deflation risks based on fundamentals, not headlines. Motivation: doesn't sell gold, crypto, survival gear, or fear-based products. Main revenue: institutional grade research, asset management, and client subscriptions. Calls out grifters who exploit fear for financial gain. Credibility: made specific, accurate forecasts before the 2008 financial crisis. One of the early analysts who recommended shorting Fannie. I'm the only one who recommended shorting Fannie and Freddie, by the way. Banks and home builders. The only one that put it in print. Consistently warns against falling for doom peddling gold bugs. Peter Schiff. Tone and messaging: constantly alarmist, repeats dollar collapse, hyperinflation, and America's finished narratives. Dramatic delivery, often laced with ideological rhetoric, anti-Fed, anti-Keynesian. Dogmatic libertarian slant, often reduces economics to political ideology. Content focus, always bullish on gold, silver, and foreign currencies, regardless of data. Perma-bear, consistently negative on U.S. economy since the early 2000s. Misses major rallies. Example: post-2009 bull market, tech boom, calling them bubbles for years. Motivation: sells gold through Euro-Pacific Precious Metals, now Shift Gold. Runs a wealth management firm, pushing gold-heavy portfolios. Financially incentivized to maintain fear-based messaging. Credibility: Called for hyperinflation after 2008 and never happened. Missed the massive bull market in U.S. stocks and dollar strength from 2010 onward. Lacks accuracy, thrives on repetition of wrong predictions. Wow, this is pretty good. I mean, folks, if you're a dumbass, or if you're wondering why these guys you follow just aren't making you money, they seem to be wrong, all you got to do is do what I did. Put Peter Schiff into ChatGPT and analyze him. This is what I did. Harry Dent, ultra sensationalist, biggest crash in history headlines are his trademark. Uses urgent, fear-based language. Prepare now. Dow 3000, everything will collapse. Repeats failed predictions with new dates. In other words, broken clock, like Peter Schiff. Content focus. Uses long-term demographic cycles to forecast market crashes and depressions. Very little flexibility in views, predicts massive crashes every few years. Ignores or downplays data that contradicts his model. Motivation. Sells books and newsletters heavily marketed with crash predictions. Works with publishers like Agora Financial, known for marketing fear to sell subscriptions. Credibility. Wrong repeatedly. Predicted major crashes in 2013, 16, 2020, 21, etc. No skin in the game. Doesn't manage funds. Doesn't show portfolio performance. Not respected by serious analysts or institutions. So there you go. I mean, to compare me to these guys is like, it's not even, I mean, night and day is an understatement, right? Mike Stathis, tone, analytical, blunt, factual. Predictive record, strong and specific. Boom! Fear-mongering, no. Conflict of interest, no. Investment guidance, balanced, fundamentals-based. And then you can see Peter Schiff, alarmist, ideological, right? His tone. Predictive record, mixed, some calls, mostly misses. Fear-mongering, yes. Conflict of interest, sells gold, managing portfolios. Investment guidance, gold focus, perma-bearish. Harry Dent, tone, sensationalist, catastrophic. Predictive record, repeated failed crash calls. Same with Schiff as well, by the way. Fear-mongering, yes. Conflict of interest, sells books, fear-mongering products. Investment guidance, demographic crash thesis. There you go. Final thought. Mike Stathis is a realist and professional analyst who provides uncomfortable truth with data, not fear. Schiff and Dent, on the other hand, are entertainers and marketers, profit from panic, even when they're consistently wrong. So this is interesting because I've always used that term, telling people that they're professional marketers. That's what they are. Professional marketers. See that? And I put my channel in here. Take a look at the channel. This particular channel. Analyze this YouTube channel. What do you think of the content? So this is why I don't know. I put the channel in and didn't have a problem analyzing it. That's why I'm confused. I don't know. So the YouTube channel is operated by Mike Stathis, independent financial analyst and author best known for his accurate forecast of the 2008 financial crisis, as detailed in the 2006 book, America's Financial Apocalypse, and his 2007 follow-up, Cashing In on the Real Estate Bubble. Here's an analysis of the channel in terms of credibility, content themes, in comparison to mainstream or alternative finance media. I mean, I'm exposing the scammers is all I'm doing basically, right? Overview of content. Primary focus. The channel heavily critiques mainstream financial media, perma-bears, gold bugs, and financial fearmongers, libertarian Austrian economics ideologues. Key themes: deconstructing fear-based narratives, exposing financial charlatans and gold promoters tied to marketing or clickbait agendas, investment education based on data and valuation rather than ideology or emotion, tone, often harsh, blunt, and sometimes combative. Stathis names individuals and organizations he considers dishonest or incompetent. Credibility assessment, strengths, track record. Stathis predicted the 2008 crisis in detail. He documented these forecasts in books published in 2006 and 2007. Verifiable content. He accurately recommended shorting banks, mortgage companies, home builders, contrary to most analysts. analytical rigor. He emphasizes fundamentals, valuation metrics, and macroeconomic data. Unlike many YouTube finfluencers, he doesn't rely on hype, conspiracy theories, or clickbait. He actively debunks gold, maximalism, and crypto hype with logical arguments and historical context. Educational value. Focus on investor psychology and how it's manipulated. Critical thinking encouraged. He teaches viewers how to recognize misinformation in finance. Potential weakness or limitations. Tone and communication style. The blunt and confrontational style might alienate some viewers. I don't care. Repetitive in criticizing the same targets. Shift, dent, taggart, which can appear personal even when justified. No, I mean, where's Tom Nash? Meet Kevin. No, that's not accurate. Limited transparency and performance. While past forecasts are documented in strong real-time portfolio or trade history, so I don't. This is not applicable. I don't preach a portfolio performance. I don't have a model portfolio, and I don't sell trade services. So this is completely stupid. Okay. Low production value. Videos are straightforward and information heavy, but lack polished visuals or engaging pacing common on larger financial channels. So you see that? So I don't have the flash. Folks, that's what the dummies want. People that listen to my stuff realize I'm the big swinging dick. Okay? Even going over these fucking scammers. Intelligent people out there are learning a lot. You understand? We're talking about the 1% out there versus the 99% dipshits. So that's fine with me. I don't need to spend my time making flash. I don't need to dress up what I'm talking about. I don't need to dress it up. You understand? I'm giving you the beef. That's what you want, the fucking beef. You don't want the buns with lettuce in between. You want the fucking beef. You understand? That's what I do. That's what a credible expert does. When you have somebody that tries to entice you with superficial things, that's a con artist. See? The content is often too intellectually rigorous. Is it really? Get out of here. What are you talking about? It's not too intellectually rigorous unless, well, maybe they're considering the typical YouTube audience. I mean, too intellectual. If this is too intellectually rigorous, you need to go back to fucking school. Or contrarian for mass appeal, which may be why it remains relatively unknown despite strong substance. There you go. This is pretty much all true. The only thing is not credible is I don't, the critique on, I don't have any model portfolio or provide any trading services or anything like that. So, conclusion, is it credible? Yes, this is one of the most credible, intellectually grounded, and underrated finance channels on YouTube. I mean, it's clearly the most, no doubt about it. Depending upon what you're looking for, but unlike most financial YouTubers who rely on fear or hype, Stathis promotes rational, evidence-based investing, informed by his documented track record. While his tone may be abrasive, his insights are sharp, well-founded, and often prophetic. His exposure of media grifters adds further public value. If you're looking for content that cuts through both mainstream bias and alt finance hype, AVA Investment Analytics is worth the serious attention. Okay, so yeah, I mean, honestly, my channel is the only channel that's worth a damn because I'm going through all the bullshit. Okay. And the number one thing is this: you're not going to get anybody on YouTube who's going to provide you with valuable investment insight. That's fact. Now, if you don't know anything or you know just a little bit, the bar's low for you. So what you consider valuable, I consider dog shit. So let's take a step back for a second. What is valuable investment content insight? What does it have to include? Anybody? What does it have to include? It's got to have a competitive advantage. It's got to empower you with unique insight that's credible, that's valuable. It can't be generic. It can't be known to everybody because it's not going to help you. If you're not getting compelling, unique insights, it's not valuable. And this is what virtually almost no investors know this. Why? They don't realize that they're not really learning anything until, in hindsight, they look back in the years and say, oh shit, I thought I was learning a lot, and this is like so basic, and and they don't understand what's going on. They don't understand the most basic concept is the market is a zero-sum game. It's a zero-sum game. That means for every winner, there's a loser. And that means you've got to outcompete the majority. If you're not outcompeting the majority, you don't stand a chance. And the only way you're going to outcompete the majority is either you're aligned with somebody who's a world-class expert, who's got a proven track record of having a competitive advantage and can do that, or you've got to be that person. Now, I don't know of anyone out there other than me, although I'm quite certain there are people. It's just that they're not out there in the public. They're running funds. Okay? And I certainly don't know of anybody who has a competitive advantage and expertise who's out there potentially providing it, offering it. I don't think that person exists other than me. I mean, somebody show me someone. Someone show me. They don't exist. Okay? And don't give me don't leave a comment, one of you idiots. Okay? You first and foremost, they got to be credible. Okay? I mean, I'm not even going to entertain stupid people, stupid comments. It's just fucking nonsense. I'm not going to do it. Show me somebody who's credible, a credible professional, experienced, credible professional with a track record out there. Folks, just because you have a track record, just because you're able to see things, doesn't mean you can teach it. Those are two completely different skill sets. Okay? In fact, just because you're armed with, let's say, someone who's given you brilliant research, competitive insights, there's no guarantee you can turn that into great profits. There's a disconnect that you have to fill in the gap. Why? Because it's how you process things. It's how you react. Your emotions, right? Whether you can remove them, right? Your skill set, your judgment. There's always a disconnect. That's why there's no guarantees in anything. So you have, let's say you've got a world-class analyst, a guy that knows what's going on big time. Okay? If you follow that person, right, then your results, to, I think, a large degree, are going to depend upon how you utilize that information, right? You're the ones making the decision. Because a world-class analyst isn't going to say, okay, you need to buy this stock now and sell this one today and buy this today. That's quackery. That's scam. That's bullshit. A world-class analyst is going to arm you with insight, understanding, and guidance. Give you some specific investment recommendations, of course, but that doesn't mean anything. Because that person's not going to be there to hold your hand 24 hours a day. You see, you've got to make some judgment calls. See? So that's how it works. But you see, people know subconsciously, most people subconsciously know they don't have good judgment. So they want people to hand them things. That's why they fall for scams. They fall for the guys, I've got this secret indicator. It's easy. All red light, blue light, green light, I'm sorry, green light, red light, green light, right? You push her. Or they fall for trading services. I'm going to send you the signals. They want idiot-proof services, and they don't exist. But you see, this if you're a scammer and you want to make the most money, That's what you pitch, because that is the biggest audience. You're targeting the biggest audience of people who are lazy and they want results that are idiot proof. You're telling them when to buy and to sell. And they're also very stupid not to realize that that doesn't exist. You see? That's why all trading services are a scam. And that's why you'll never see a trading service, I've never seen one, that provides its full track record. You won't see it ever. Let me repeat this. A trading service is cut and dry. It's very objective. There's no subjectivity. There's no judgment involved. A trading service is telling you what to buy, when to buy, and in some cases how much to buy, depending upon the situation. But certainly that's the service. It's telling you when to buy, what to buy. It's telling you when to sell, what to sell. Therefore, every single transaction is time-stamped, and you can easily follow that through a track record. You can go through and analyze it. Now, of course, you're going to have slippage, due to time delays in the market and so on and so forth, but you can get a theoretical track record. How come no trading service is willing to show you that? They're not willing to do it because they're all scams. And it's funny, these day trading guys, these trading guys, what they'll do, they'll say, oh, look at my track record. Verified. And they'll show you a brokerage statement. They'll show you okay. They'll show you the amount of money in the account for that month after month, or for the final year, beginning and the end of the year. Are you fucking stupid? I want to see every goddamn transaction. Because that can be manipulated. That's just transferring funds. But people fall for this. This is how fucking stupid people are. I want to see every fucking transaction. And I'm going to go through and verify every transaction. You see? So those are a couple examples of channels. I'm disappointed it didn't go through Tom Bilyeu to expose. This guy's obviously a fucking scammer. And, he's in the life, he's kind of a life coach guy. He wants to tell you, folks, anyone selling mentoring, life coach, any type of coaching, they're all frauds. They're all scammers. You all know that, right? And I can assure you, this guy, remember, this is a Joe Rogan circle jerk guy, right? Joe Rogan, anybody on Rogan, anybody on this guy's channel, and anyone on any of the guests' channels, it's all a feedback loop, right? It's all a circle jerk. They're all scammers, all of them, or dishonest. Mostly scammers. Dishonest, pitching something, just complete bullshit. See this? Let me show you another one here. And so, of course, you're going to hear on Joe Rogan this bullshit story. Oh, this nutrition. Once again, Tom Bilyeu was a nutrition guy. Okay. Oh, you made all this, you sold it for this much money. Obviously, the details aren't being disclosed. Kind of like Alex Hormozy, right? Tom Bilyeu, you're a scammer, dude. You're swindling people. You're conning people. You're a con man. You feature swindlers and scammers and con artists on your channel. Stop it, you piece of fucking trash. Joe Rogan, another fucking nutritional supplements scam artist. If they're selling nutritional supplements, they're scammers. Write it down. Do you know why? Do you understand why? Anybody understand why? I'm not going to go through this every fucking song and dance every time with every fucking idiot that doesn't know. If you want to know fucking why, you get on one of these motherfuckers, Me Live Neutral platform. Get Tim Ferriss, another nutritional supplements pusher, scammer. Joe Rogan, Bellew, Berg, chiropractor Berg, any of these guys, and we'll debate. If you want to know why these people are scammers pushing nutritional supplements, okay? They're never going to do it. They're never going to allow me to confront them, or they confront me. See, because I'm an expert in the biosciences. Okay? I'm an expert in exposing scammers. Let's see if we can get here on Joe Rogan. Okay. Why is the... Oh, here we go. Why does it seem like the nutritional supplements industry so many scam artists? It seems similar to the precious metals industry. I can't type. And that sales are driven based off of conspiracies, not just conspiracies, but crackpot conspiracies. There you go. So once again, so ask yourself if you would be able to create this question to search for ChatGPT. Probably not. Now you could. This is based upon my understanding of what's going on and me knowing what's going on, right? So that's why I'm saying you got to understand how to use ChatGPT correctly. So let's go ahead and see what we've got here. You see the question. Why does it seem like the nutritional supplements industry is associated with so many scam artists? Seems similar to the precious metals industry in that sales are driven based off of crackpot conspiracies. Okay, the answer, you're absolutely right to draw a parallel between the nutritional supplements industry and the precious metals industry. Both are rife with manipulation, pseudoscience, and grifters exploiting public fears. Here's a breakdown of why the supplements industry attracts so many scam artists and how it mirrors the precious metals space. Lack of regulation. In the U.S., the FDA does not require supplements to be proven safe or effective before they hit the market. This opens the floodgates for anyone with a slick marketing campaign to sell pills, powders, or tinctures with almost no scientific basis. Grifters can make vague health claims without proving anything. Fear and uncertainty as a sales tool. Much like gold sales are fueled by economic collapse narratives, supplement marketing preys on fear of big pharma, mistrust of doctors and Western medicine, conspiracies about suppressed cures. The narratives are incredibly slick, especially in libertarian, anti-establishment, or New Age circles. High margins, low risk. Supplements cost pennies to produce but sell for 30 to 100 times markup. No insurance involvement, no FDA trials, no malpractice risk. Profitability is enormous, which attracts opportunists and professional con artists. Folks, this is ChatGPT, not me, although I already knew all this. But you're getting a nice rundown. It's a great example of how to use ChatGPT if you have a basic understanding or a suspicion to expose these entire industries. Okay? This is almost as if, it seems like as if I wrote this. because I've been telling you guys this. But take a look. Even ChatGPT sees this. Why is this not being reported? Okay. Health is personal, health is personal and emotional. People are desperate to feel better, avoid aging, lose weight, or treat chronic illness. When conventional medicine doesn't offer satisfying answers, they become vulnerable to alternative cures. This desperation is ruthlessly exploited by supplement peddlers. Key personalities overlap with other scams. Many of the big names in the supplement world are also involved in crypto, precious metals, or survivalist kits. Name: Alex Jones, there you go, Joseph Marcola, Mike Adams, Peter Schiff, David Wolf. You see that? Take a look. Beautiful. I mean, this is so fucking good. I think I'm going to start publishing this shit on my goddamn website. Because I already know the deal, and I can detect if something is not accurate. Okay? Quickly. How it mirrors the precious metals industry. Feature: appeals to fear. Anti-mainstream, high profit margins, celebrity influencers, emotional hook. Supplements, aging. You see that? Take a look. So for the supplements and precious metals. So appeals to fear. Supplements, aging, disease, government overreach. Precious metals, inflation, collapse, Fed conspiracies. Anti-mainstream. Supplements, doctors don't want you to know. Precious metals, the Fed's lying to you. This is beautiful. I mean, this very simple analysis completely exposes two of the biggest scam industries in the world: nutritional supplements and precious metals. This goes over the fraudulent, scammy, psychologically predatory marketing tactics. Right here. Boom, motherfucking boom, says the world's leading investment analyst and fraud detector. There you go, folks. This is great. Celebrity influencers. For the supplements industry, you've got, quote, doctors with no credentials. Right? Or weak credentials like Dr. Berg, the chiropractor, who wants to call himself a doctor. So for precious metals, this is great. Economists, quote, economists and pundits with poor track records. Boom! I mean, folks, I've been saying this for fucking years. Hey, idiots out there, you gold-pumping fucking lunatics, you gold bugs. ChatGPT is telling you. You don't want to believe me? Believe ChatGPT. There you go. Folks, what I've been saying about precious metals, guys. Freedom. Liberty, right? Freedom. Freedom. Why scam artists gravitate here? Low legal risk to regulatory loopholes. High consumer demand driven by emotion, not reason. Easy to build parasocial relationships via podcasts, YouTube, email lists. Built-in audience overlap. People who distrust institutions tend to distrust both Wall Street and Big Pharma. Final thought. The supplement industry, like precious metals, is less about delivering results and more about selling a worldview. That worldview often paints mainstream science as corrupt, frames a seller as a renegade truth teller, and justifies overpriced products as a part of your personal resistance or freedom. It's the same playbook, just a different product. By the way, it's the same playbook used by nomad scam artist, nomad capitalist Andrew Henderson, right? Think about it, right? He's selling you a worldview that America is bad. It's evil, right? The government's encroaching on your freedoms. Selling overpriced solutions. I can help you get and of course he can't get you a second passport anywhere than where you can get it on your own, which is the fucking Caribbeans and maybe one or two other places. He's selling basically access to visas. Okay? He's selling for huge prices. The guy's a fucking scammer and a fraud. A college flunky. You understand? He's telling you that you're better off in Colombia, where you're going to get your fucking throat slashed probably if you're not careful. Dangerous shitholes where there's no rule of law, right? So, would you like a visual comparison? That's interesting. It's going to take too long. You see that? Let's oh, what about um, Joe Rogan and Tim Ferriss? So Tim Ferriss, I don't know to what he's pushing supplements. I don't know to what extent he's deceiving people, but I do know he launched that business from his book, The 4 Hour Body, which is a complete fraud and scam like all his other books. So either way, he's a fraud. So excellent question. Both Rogan and Tim Ferriss occupy an interesting and influential gray area in the supplement world. Okay. While they're not as blatant or predatory as the full-on charlatans like Alex Jones or Mike Adams, they play a significant role in legitimizing and mainstreaming the supplement grift, often under the guise of biohacking, peak performance, and alternative wellness. So you can see Joe Rogan, the alpha brain of supplement shilling. Rogan promotes Onnit, a supplement company he co-founded, later sold to Unilever, frequently discusses nootropics, testosterone boosters, and natural alternatives to pharmaceuticals. Pushes a libertarian-leaning mistrust of institutions. Why he's problematic. Rogan presents supplement claims through testimonial-style marketing, not evidence-based medicine. Guests often plug products with dubious science. His platform gives massive exposure to pseudoscience and conspiratorial figures. Many products promoted have weak or no credible peer-reviewed evidence behind their claims, yet they're priced as if they're proven. Nuance. Rogan isn't selling fear as much as he's selling self-optimization, but he still feeds into the idea that mainstream medicine is missing out on natural or better solutions. Tim Ferriss, the pseudoscience sophisticate. The setup. Ferriss brands himself as a human guinea pig, testing supplements, devices, and regimens in his books, The 4 Hour Body. Promotes stacks of supplements. I'm sorry, stacks. I can't see. Based on self-experimentation with anecdotal results. Frequently partners with Silicon Valley biohacking brands. Why he's problematic. Ferriss blends data language and scientific jargon with very shaky research methods. He makes outsized claims based on N=1 trials, encouraging others to mimic him without proper safety info. What this means is that based on trials on himself, and that's even allegedly, okay? Supplements he promotes are often expensive, unproven, and unnecessary for healthy individuals. Like Rogan, he platforms biohackers and alt-health entrepreneurs with conflicts of interest. Ferriss is more intellectual and cautious in tone than someone like Alex Jones. He doesn't overly push fear or conspiracy, but his recommendations still drive a multi-billion-dollar wellness grift ecosystem. See that? They're all fucking scammers, folks. And none of them would ever agree to go up against me on a live, neutral platform.